Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't posted a one-on-one video in a little while like this. I think it's actually been about a year. I've been posting some hotel videos recently and bits and bobs about the stay that I've been having here, there and everywhere. So this is basically just the short video, basically a life update at 31. I turned 31 October just gone, so I'll be 32 this year. And the idea of that really makes me nervous. So basically, this is just an offset of a video I did, well, not a video, a podcast that I'm involved with Lauren called the Long Haul Podcast. We've just done our 5th episode, and our 5th episode was about imposter syndrome. And it was a really hard video to film. It was really delicate. It was difficult, but it was passionate. Reminded me of all my flaws and everything that I've gone through and all the trials and tribulations. Now you say to yourself, how at 31 can you have gone through stuff? Like 31 in a lot of people's eyes is still so young, which it is, I guess. But that doesn't mean you haven't gone through things and you're not going through things, and life is sometimes difficult and sometimes hard, and look, it's just real life at the end of the day. Not everything's always rainbows and butterflies and daffodils. That's just pure and simple. That's just a pure fact. Now, what I find after doing this video, I listened to it yesterday whilst at work. So Lauren published it. She's really good at doing all that kind of stuff. I would be hopeless at that. I can just about film a video on my phone and post it to YouTube. So I find that when I was listening to it, at the end, there was a bit that I said, sorry, I'm just moving my tea because the steam. I found at the end, I said a line which I heard in a movie, which was a Robert De Niro film actually. It said, "A wasted talent is the worst thing there is." And it's really played on my mind since listening to that. I got goosebumps, vanity itself here, listening to my own voice. And it wasn't listening to my own voice that done it, it was the sayings that I was saying and that other people say, so not mine. The analogy about the bridge that I made, about the answers are really simple to get to. Well, for once, I'm at a point in my life where I'm struggling with getting over the bridge. And normally I'm the person with the answers and with the detail, and I will sit and think and go, oh, maybe do this, maybe do that, maybe do this. But now I'm at the point in my life where I'm stuck. But I realised something, that it's okay to be a little bit lost. Even at 31, even at my age, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I thought to myself, when I was 25, I'll have it all mapped out, have it all planned. When I was 27, 28, 29, 30, and I thought, time is slipping. I have very bad anxiety about age. I had recently had quite a few panic attacks about getting older. And I hadn't really talked to anyone about it. And I actually talked to a colleague at work who's a bit younger than myself actually. And I thought, well, they won't understand. But he came into the office where I was quite upset. We just talked, and it was nice to talk to someone who didn't say, oh, but you're young, you've got all the time, and you said, you'll be okay. That's it, you'll be okay. It's difficult to take advice from a 17-year-old, but I've given advice to 50-year-olds, to 60-year-olds, to 40-year-olds, at whatever age. So actually, no, it's not as silly as I made it sound in my head. And I think it's okay to feel lost. I think it's okay to not have the whole plan mapped out straight away. As long as you've got some idea of the direction you want to go in. And like I said in the podcast, if you fail at something, just try again. Or try something that you feel you actually want to do. I know tomorrow I'm not going to go run an international banking service because it's not something I'm passionate about, I want to do. But tomorrow I can get up, I can go plan an event, and I'll be good at it because that's what I do. For people that don't know, I run a local restaurant that also does all the events and things. And I've done that now for nearly 11 years that I've worked there. It wasn't a plan in my life, but you know what? It's become life. And each and every day I'm grateful that I can get up and actually go out and go to work. I think people go, and I say it all the time, oh, I want this day to be over. Oh. And the more you think about it, actually, the more you want a day to be over is a day you're losing. Regardless if you're at work, as long as every day you've achieved something, getting up, making your bed is achieving. It's like, I've just hoovered the hallway and bagged a load of rubbish up that I've been hoarding for ages because I have a struggle of letting go of things. And I find it's okay to let go. Sitting here talking to a camera is one of the most uncomfortable things for me in the world, unless I normally have Lauren next to me doing it. I've never vlogged with anyone else, and that gives me the confidence to want to do it more often. If only one person watches this, oh well, that doesn't matter. I'm not looking to become famous and fortune from this, looking to help people, and I think there's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. It's so difficult to put down into words exactly how you feel about time. And I imagine a lot of people think when they get to a certain age, I've wasted time. I wish I had done this, I wish I'd done that. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. Do it. Do it. If you feel like you found something when you were younger, go do it now. If you have the ability to be able to go and do those things still, do it. Whether you feel like you've missed out on something to do with your education, do it. Whether you wanted to travel somewhere, okay, you might not be able to go on a gap year like a lot of students, but that doesn't mean you can't go to one place and another place over the course of a year. I want to go away, I save up for an entire year, pay it off throughout the year and go away. It's not accessible in one lump sum, so you just do it like that. If you're in a position to do that, if you've picked the opposite life to have a family and children and all that, then unfortunately it's going to be more difficult to do those things. But your proudest moment, I suppose, would be holding your child. I sit here right now actually, and I'm looking at a picture on the class table that I'm sitting at, and it's a picture of me and my mum. See, I was cute once. And that picture goes everywhere. And that's in a frame actually that was in my nan's house before she passed away. And I've kept that frame, and that picture is my ultimate favourite picture of all time. And I look at that and I think, actually, we're doing okay, healthy, relatively. I'm sorting my head out relatively quicker than I thought I was going to be. I have my own place, right? To some people it's not a palace, but to me it's my home and it's what I love, and I make it my own. I've still got a lot of pictures to go up everywhere, and I've lived here for quite a while. I've lived here for nearly 4 years, and it's like anything. You change bits around because you think that might not be right, that might not be right, that might not be right. But when you find it, stick with it and go with it, because that will be really important in the long run. This is a really scattered video, but at this point in my life, I'm really scattered. I was saying to a friend yesterday, he listened to my podcast, and I love him with all my heart, actually. He's one of my best friends now. And yet we've actually only met each other twice. One was going to be as like a date sort of thing, but it's actually turned out to be one of the best friendships I think I've ever had. And he said listening to the podcast helped him. And I said to myself, well, actually, do you know what? Then I've succeeded in what I wanted to do, because if I can help one person, and I don't know why I'm getting emotional now because there's no need for it, but if I can help one person, then I'm succeeding. Pure and simple, really, because my life is here to help people and to make sure they're happy and to make sure there's a purpose to people's lives. It's important to me that happens. And I have another friend as well. I have two friends, actually, both military backgrounds. One's going back in the military, one's in the military as we speak. And they're the two greatest friends that anyone could ask for, seriously. They've helped me more than they know in direction. Like, one called me when I said to him, I've applied for some acting jobs, like he heard it on the video and he said, why didn't I tell him? And if truth be told, I didn't tell him because I was embarrassed what he'd say and what he'd think. And actually went, good for you. And I was like, wow. It was as simple as that. And you shouldn't hide things like that, because at the end of the day, your friends love and care for you more than anything. They really do. You know, this isn't a big shout out, thank you video to everyone, because I'd be here forever, because there's so many people that I have to thank for getting me to this specific moment in time. It's nothing to do with that. It just so happens it collaborated with the video I did on Tuesday with Lauren into now. But I think my main message to this is just keep going, really, with whatever you need to do. If you need to talk, you need to talk to someone, whatever, I'm here. It doesn't matter. You can be some random person. It doesn't, oh well, that doesn't matter, does it? You know, people are far and few between to judge you really quickly and not listen to your whole story, because your story is just as important as the next person. All right, you're not a billionaire or famous, or in other people's eyes, you're not like care about fashion or celebrity or whatever, what we hold to such high standards in society now. That's okay, doesn't matter. As long as you're doing what you should be doing and you get some happiness out of it, then that's all that matters. It's really difficult. Like I say, this is a really scattered video because I haven't done one in such a long time. And I hadn't really had the subject. Basically, it's my life at 31 now. And I feel like this is just the start of stuff, and I hate the clichéness, but oh well, for this once I'll use it. And I feel like it's a good start. I've got a good group of friends. I've got a really loving family. Like I say, I'm healthy. I've got a job, I've got a home. And I've worked really hard to try and keep that. And people would naturally presume, go, oh, you've been given everything on a plate or whatever. No, not a chance. I wish. I bloody well wish. But you have to work for things if you really want them. Like some of the kids that work for me, you know, they're 16, 17, 18. They're working hard at their age because they want to do well. Well, good. You know, if they can do it, there's no excuse for other people not to be able to do it, really, at the end of the day. Like I say, life's complicated, life's a bitch, but life's also really short. My apologies for swearing, but life's also really, really short. So you really need to make the most of what happens now. Again, I'm as cliche as they find in this video, and everything is just scattered. But that's my scattered life for you. Oh well, one day I'm there, one day I'm there, one day I'm doing this, one day I'm doing this. It doesn't matter, as long as you're happy. Like I say, I think my purpose, and you can tell me what your purpose is in the comments below, please. It'd be lovely to hear from people. What's your purpose, do you think? Because people go, what's the purpose of life? No. What's the purpose of your life is what's important, not what's the purpose of other people's lives. Don't worry about what other people's purposes are sometimes. Worry about your purpose first. And then you'll expand out and find that with other people, you'll get along so much better. Like at the moment, there's so much hate and animosity in the world. Like I'm looking out the window a lot of the time. You can hear people in the streets arguing. They're sad about this, they're upset about that. Cost of living, right? We're in the same boat, unfortunately, but that's no reason to be dicks to each other. Just be nice to one another. I've never understood what's so difficult about actually saying hello and goodbye to people and thank you and please. You know, it's not difficult. Things like this are not difficult. It's a scattered life, that's fine. But that doesn't matter. Like I say, this was just a little short update on what's going on in my life right now and how I'm feeling. So the projects I've got at the moment, I'm writing my novel, which is a novel based on Jack the Ripper. Which I've been putting off for a while because I've just felt like it's not good enough, but I've got back in the swing of it, luckily. I'm working, redesigning my apartment, which is quite a project for me, like painting and things like that. I'm not doing much of the painting, but I've got some really fab friends that help me in that. And I've got the podcast, the Long Haul podcast with Lauren, which I'm really, really enjoying. And also I'm getting back out there in the theatre world as well. Not just going to watch it, but hopefully soon doing some different projects involved with that. Why wait? Just crack on now. If it's something you really want to do, just go for it. That's my advice. Thank you for watching today. Again, comment, say stuff, say hello, whatever, you know. But just follow on socials and on here. The old saying on YouTube, like and subscribe. Up to you. Do it, don't do it. It's fine. It's what it is. But be safe, have a lovely day, and just keep happy. And just remember, be yourself, be happy, you know? It's not, you're not here for that long, so just bloody well enjoy it. You know, you'll find yourself. We all do in the end. See you later.